Hello and welcome to ARK Survival Evolved. We're on the Extinction map and today we're going to be taking on the Ice Titan. So I'm down here in the cave ready to get teleported over. So I'll get that started. The plan today is to basically go up and actually try and tame the Ice Titan this time, because I've got enough trophies to be able to sort of like summon the Beta King Titan, which is next. And for this particular boss, it's going to be kind of similar to what was done with the Forest Titan. The only thing is, I think what's different with this one is it's a much more open area. I think this boss could just pretty much go anywhere and everywhere, whereas at least before the Forest Titan was going to corners. Now, I'm going to have to go and retrieve my mech, because I left it up there out of the way. Because one of the things I want to do this time round, which is slightly different I think, is to go and get, well, make more use of the rocket shells. So I've got quite a few on this this mech here. Now I'm going to have to find a way to get down here without causing too much damage. Okay, good. Right, so I don't have any of my own tames around here, but the strategy is pretty much the same, where I've got to start knocking off these nodes. So hopefully we can get something to keep it occupied while I just knock those nodes off. Right, stay still, please. No. Oh, typical. That's just typical. I'm trying to knock a node off, and just as I'm about to shoot, it decides to go and wander somewhere else. Right. So it is a bit tricky, this one, because it's the node's actually behind it, whereas at least with the Forest Titan you had ones on the shoulder and you had ones on the chin. Oh! Right, can I get that? Did we get it? Nope, I don't think so. That's not good. Yeah, so I think the idea is to try and get something else to keep it occupied while I take it on. From behind, so I think that's, as I say, I think it's going to be a bit more tricky. But it's pretty much just the same thing, where I just fire shells at it. So let's see if I can get. Oh no! Look, can you stay? Look, go away, wolves! There's a big Titan coming your way. Go on, you deal with that big Titan, please. Oh, go away! Palovias, wolves. Look, go away! Seriously? Look, I've got bigger problems than you. Go away. Yeah, so I've only just started, and I'm already seeing this is going to be a lot more trickier, because I've got to deal with. I've got to somehow. Oh, come on! By the time I sort of like I get into position, I've got to move. It's taking me a while then to get back out of that position. Right. No, you've moved again! Oh, come on! Right, let's try again. Right, stay still. No! Why are you doing this to me? You're deliberately trying to annoy me, aren't you? Man, this is just... I think this is just going to take a while. But I think they're using the shells is going to be the quickest strategy. Oh, I can't do that now. Like... And by quickest I mean, like, as in, you know, when I do hit it, we'll get it tamed up quicker. But the trouble is now actually being able to target this. So I'm keeping an eye on like how long this video is going to be. But I think I'm going to be here for like ages if I've got to keep stopping to like target that node. Right, stay still. Oh, come on! You're not doing me any favours here, are you? No! Oh, God, but there's obviously going to be a knack to sort of like timing this. I mean, that would be a good time to probably do it, but by then I'm getting into position. I see I'm getting into position and you've moved again. Ow. I mean, that's a good time, I suppose, is it? Or not. To be honest, I'm not too fussed about the damage I do to this thing, going by what happened with the Forest Titan. because that one was... I was a bit disappointed because it was... Oh, come on! I'm going to be here till blooming Christmas at this rate. There's obviously got to be a knack to sort of like, A, not getting hit by this thing and... Ah, see if I can time that right. What about that? Oh no, it's on the wrong side. I really should have gone to the other side. Okay, so that's on its left. Oh, get out of the way of the ice. Ah, it still hit me. I suppose I could have... Yeah, the trouble with this thing is you can't really like jump upwards. Right, stay still. Seriously, stay still. No, come on. Ah, right, so you're taking a wander. Right, let's try again. It takes too long for this thing to... Oh, we got a hit. Nope. Yeah, the reason I left the actual mech out of the... Oh, that was extremely lucky. That was good timing. So it only took me 2 hits to take that node out, so the next one's up on the shoulder, but I left the mech out of here rather than bringing it because these shells, they weigh so much. Right, so... Oh, no, 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 move! God. Oh, that hurt. Oh, I think that was a hit. There's a 1 there, so I think that was a hit. Right, stay still, for goodness sake. Please, stay still. No! Yeah, I'm not, as I say, I'm not overly too fussed about like the damage, because I know when I took that Forest Titan out, I ended up with the same result in health, because once the game was restarted, it really didn't make a heap of the difference how much, like, oh, Gordon Bennett, it didn't make any difference. I still ended up with the same amount of health. And from what I gather now, you'll have the same issue if you're on a server. You'll still have only... Oh, Gordon Bennett. You'll still only have a like limited health if the game, if the server's restarted or it crashes. You have this problem where it looks like the health gets lowered. Oh yes! Right, so where's the next node then? It's like in my case, I think I went from about, I don't know, well, it was 700,000 to 400,000. So that was quite a drop, and it made no difference whether I was on the alpha or the beta. Now this one's going to be tricky because the node's on the chest. So I suppose if you're playing like on an official server, you might be still interested in getting a maximum health out of one of these things. The only thing is that if you get like an update, for instance. Oh. Are you moving? Yeah, if you get an update... Ooh, that was a good strike. If you get an update, the server's going to reboot and you'll lose your effectiveness. You'll end up with a much weaker Titan as a result. Will you move or what? Right, come on. I've only got 4 shells left. Stay still. Oh, no, 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 move! Oh! I'm stuck. Come on, move! Get out the way, mate. Seriously, get out the way. Right, I think we gotta move. I need to keep an eye on this thing. So I think I've used about 30... I had about something like 30 shells. That was the target rate, anyway. Oh! Have we got it? No, we haven't. Right, I need to get out of the way. Run, 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 run. I've only got a few shells, so I might have to start using them. I might have to start using the gun next. Right, oh, get out of the way. Right, yeah, I could have done with a lot more shells. I suppose if I'd had a storage chest nearby, I could have probably... Ooh! If I had a lot of like a storage chest nearby, I could have probably kept a lot of shells, because those things, they weigh a ton. Can you look? You've got your arm in the way, mate. It's the same as the forest titan. I need this thing to face me. Right. Oh, you moved! Oh, man, that's not good. Yeah, we're down at the gun only now. Right, okay. Let me get out of the way. Doesn't help having those wolves getting in my way. Yeah, so as I say, I mean, what I've done is I've kept the I've kept a load of spare mechs and a lot of spare shells nearby, just on the safe side. But yeah, I could have really done with a heck of a lot more than this. It's just the way I think each one weighs like 15 or something. And I'm assuming that this particular node here is going to take a lot more damage. It's just a shame that it kind of keeps moving so much. Right, frost. Oh no, it's not frost, thank goodness. Oh, don't tell me you're out of element. Oh no, the game's crashed. Oh no, that game hasn't crashed. I thought the game had crashed there. Oh, phew. That was a close call. Yeah, this is going to take a bit longer now because of the I'm on the gun now instead of the rocket shells. Oh, will you pack in? Yeah, I don't see this mech lasting much longer. What are you doing? Oh yes, we got it! Right, hopefully. Right, let's get... Hopefully I can hurry up and get this thing. Oh, Palovia. Not what I need. Go away! I could have done with a gun on me. Seriously? Go away. I want to tame this, but I've got bigger problems than you. Right, tell you what, see if I can land on it instead. Yeah, they're an annoyance, blooming Palovia. Right, can we land on you and... Yes! Alright, so you're just an ice titan. Fair enough. It's officially an ice titan. It's not an alpha, it's not a beta, it's not a gamma, it's an ice titan. Can I at least get on top of you? Can we ride you at all? I mean, like, this thing is blooming huge. I'm trying to ride it, but it's not... Don't follow me, man. I just want to ride it. It's not giving me the option, though. What the heck? Have I got to get all the way up to here? Right, let's see if we can ride it from here, then. Right, I don't know what's going on here, but it won't let me ride. Oh, there we go. Right, now I can ride it. Right, okay. Ooh, Struth, this beastie's big. So that wasn't too bad, actually. I mean, with the rocket shells, or the cannon shells, or whatever you call them. They're, I mean, it's got just under 50,000, well, 500,000 health. So I suspect it'll probably drop to 400,000 like the last one did. I mean, it did take a heck of a lot of damage, to be fair. And that was because it was basically A was moving around and B I didn't really care. Right, so let's see, what can you do? So with your primary is you'll bash the ground. So if low camera... I think I can decide which arm it is based on the angle of the camera. Right, can you jump? Oh. Oh, right, so if I press the space bar, I then get a targeting option of where I'm going to jump. So if I say, what about over there, dude? Ooh! Wow, I bet I'll do like a... see if I can find something I can target. Over there. See how much we get out of that. Oh, 1800. Hey, that's a canny good damage, that. What about the right? So there's a mammoth over there. So right sends out a big snowball. That was 1975. So that's good. I like this because it's got range damage. So it can jump on things and it can, like, it can throw things. So C does a breath weapon. Ooh, we'll have to try that. Let's try that on the snow owl over there. So I suppose you've obviously got to be a heck of a lot more careful than I've been with your mech. I mean, that's just a bog standard mech, primitive mech, primitive siege cannon and what have you. So nothing fancy there. And we pretty much got through this quite quickly. It's kind of a bit like a Managama's breath weapon, except it's shorter range and it's got a cooldown. Nothing there. So I must admit, this beastie's going to be quite interesting, by the sounds of it. Especially for the range stuff. Oh, hang on a minute. Somebody's badgering my mech over there. What are you attacking my mech for? Stop it. There's nothing left of it anyway. Oh, is it because it's a Palovia? Oh, right, they're probably just attacking each other and they're taking it out on my mech. Because it happens to be in the way. Right, let's get rid of those Palovias while we're at it. If we can. Alright, so I can actually target things using that little... There's like a targeting icon and it freezes them. Ooh, that's cool. Of course, once you're frozen, you're kind of in deep trouble. Assuming you can... That's the trouble with these Titans, they're just so blooming big. Yeah, they're so big it's difficult to see. I mean, that Palovia, I think that Palovia's probably still frozen. Yeah, it looks like it's still frozen down there. Go on. Get rid of it. It's too far away. Where is it? I can see it, but I just can't quite reach it. That's another option, I suppose. I could just trample over things. Oh, it's an Ankylosoma Diodon. Struth. Yeah, so anyway, that was a heck of a lot easier than I thought. The only trouble was, you know, it takes a while to sort of like target things, line up the shot, and then by the time you've lined it up and shot, this blooming thing's moved anyway. So ideally you want it like busy, like focused, you know, aggroed onto something. What now is attacking the mech down there? But the cannon's doing a heck of a lot of damage anyway, so that's a good sign. And 125 for the ice breath damage of whatever it is we're taking out. I have no idea. We just hit something. Oh, was that a Charlie over there? I must have annoyed it earlier on when I was taking other things out. Oh, it's a Megatherium. Yeah, as I say, I'm that high up, I just can't see what I'm doing. Right, so you can't turn backwards. You just kind of like turn around in a circle if I try to get you to go backwards. Well, anyway, I mean, that was pretty straightforward. I mean, so it had a nodule on the back of its right leg, so that was a bit tricky, I think, because I had to obviously get behind it. And the easiest thing was, you know, trying to get it while it was busy with something else. The other node was up on the... I think that was on the right shoulder. That wasn't as hard to hit. And then, of course, then you had the one on the chest, which was a bit below, so you had to get in front of it. This is like the Forest Titan I'm finding, because I'm moving the camera around and it's turning around with it. But this looks like a pretty brutal beastie. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause the video because I'm just going to make a note of how much health it's got now and what its max health is. And I want to see what it's like once I restart the game. So I'll be back shortly. I've decided to try like a slightly different approach this time around. What I've actually done is I've let this thing heal out to its full health. So that's the maximum health that it can have, 493,333.4. So it's been healing itself up and it's hit that maximum amount. The food amount that it's got and its maximum food amount hasn't gone down because I haven't restarted the game yet. Now the reason I'm doing it is just as a bit of an experiment really, because this Ice Titan, for one thing, it's just called an Ice Titan. It's not a Gamma, it's not a Beta, it's not an Alpha. When I tamed up the Forest Titan, on one occasion I got a Beta, and then on another occasion I got an Alpha, and they both had different max levels of health. Now when I restarted the game, they both ended up getting curbed, so that both of them ended up with a max level of 400,000. But the one thing I didn't do is I didn't wait until their health had actually, you know, maxed out and hit that maximum level. I just restarted the game because I was more or less just finished and I was trying to get rid of things like the battle music and what have you. But I'm curious, will this maximum level drop to 400,000 or lower, even though the health is at that maximum level? I just don't know. I mean, as far as I'm aware, when it comes to the server, you will still lose that, you know, that maximum amount if the server is restarted for whatever reason. So I don't think it's unique to PCs, but I am quite curious to see what happens now, and just to see if, you know, now that I've got it at max level, is that still gonna drop? So I'm just gonna pause the video, restart the game, and I'll be back in a short while. Okay then, so we're back, and sure enough the health has dropped. So it absolutely made no difference. So I mean, that was kind of a pointless exercise really. I may as well have just restarted the game and let it you know, heal up to its max level, which is a lot lower now. I mean, I'm assuming, I mean, they don't specifically reference whether this is an alpha or a beta or a gamma, but you know, if I'd been more like accurate with those shells and the actual gun, then I would have ended up with better health anyway. But how much I don't know, because that Alpha Titan, the Alpha Forest Titan I ended up on like 400,000, and this has ended up on 350,000. So yeah, it's still a bit frustrating. I mean, like personally, because of the fact that, you know, you're losing quite a lot of health just because I've got to restart the game. I'm not going to leave this like PC running 24/7, and I don't have the time to be able to go out and heal, you know, tame up all 3 Titans in one session and let them all fully heal and so on. So it might be easier on a server, in the sense that you've got that 5-day gap. You know, you've got 5 days before it'll despawn, but obviously you're up against competition with other players as well to tame them. So swings and roundabouts. But anyway, the good news is we've now got ourselves a big Ice Titan to join the crew. So we'll be taking that into the Beta King Titan fight next. What's that? Oh, I was just looking at what looked like sparks coming up, and it's off the blooming off the beacon there. So I mean, overall, I mean, it's not too difficult a sort like a Titan to take on really. Those rocket shells certainly help a lot. I mean, I was doing like over 1,000 damage, I think, on some occasions if I didn't fully hit the actual Titan itself. It is a bit tricky, I'm finding, compared to the Forest Titan, because I'm sort of like having to kneel down to then line up a shot. Then I've got to sort of like pause a while the shot's getting prepared, by which time this blooming thing's moved. So there is a knack to sort of like find out, you know, when's the best time to shoot, and it helps if there's other dinos around there that can keep the aggro off you. Yeah, it's a case of same strategy basically. So yeah, it was, to me, I think it was a much easier one to take on than the Forest Titan. Just the fact that it ended just so quickly compared to doing the Forest Titan one. It only took about like 2 shots with the, I would say 2, maybe 3 shots with those rocket shells to be able to remove the actual corrupted node. So yeah, I quite enjoyed that. It was a kind of a repeat of what I'd done for the Forest Titan, but it's definitely interesting. Like strategy to use. It does work, so I would definitely recommend doing that. But that's it for this video. I do hope you've enjoyed watching it. If so, then do please leave a like, because that'll help me out a great deal. If you're new to the channel and you want to see more content like this, then yeah, do subscribe. Just remember to click the little bell icon, because that way you'll get notifications for when new content comes out. And if you've got any comments, any suggestions, any feedback at all, please post that in the comments section below. So until the next video, Thanks very much for watching. Bye.